My name is Makai Martin, and today I will be presenting a slide presentation on why I believe the homeless deserve free healthcare. Next slide. Although some may say that the government shouldn't provide free healthcare for the homeless, I strongly disagree with that. Because no one is in any of their shoes to know what truly happened to put them in that situation. So, next. No matter what any individual lacks, whether they have a home and a complete family or they're by themselves on the streets, they all deserve free healthcare because they're human. There is a myth and even a stereotype about most homeless people. Oh, they're lazy, or they put themselves in that situation, or maybe they had to have done something to put themselves in that situation. No one knows what truly happens, and I will give a deeper insight as to why so many individuals in the United States are experiencing homelessness. Here's my first reason. Suppose a person got kicked out on the streets by a family member or a partner they used to stay with. They don't have enough money to afford a house or health care. That's the reason why they may have been staying with a loved one or a person that they trusted. Some may say, well, they ought to have already been set up with a good job that pays good just in case and put money in savings. That's easier said than done. Yes, it's true, no one should solely only rely on a family member or loved one to provide a roof over their head. But there's a reason why they had to resort to this in the first place. Okay, let's go to our facts and evidence. It's shown that many people can work 1 to 2 jobs and still not be able to afford a place to stay for themselves, let alone if they have a family. Statistics say 40 to 60% of people experiencing homelessness have a job, which means they're not being lazy like most people would think. Especially, housing is unaffordable because of wages have not been keeping up with the rising rents and cost of living. Okay, let's go to reason 2. Okay. Next reason. Suppose the person has a medical condition or even got hurt. Now they can't work, which means they won't have much money to put towards them being homeless or even health care for that fact. Let's say like they don't have it. The opposing side may say they should have put money into savings, apply for unemployment to have a source of income to try to afford some health care. Money is for people who work hard for what they have, and that's who should have good health care. That's not true. Everybody, every human deserves health care, no matter how much money or what they don't have. Wow. Yes, they could apply for unemployment, but that may take time. And they don't have time, especially if bills need to be paid, kids need to go to school, and food needs to be had almost three times a day, hopefully for most people. They don't have that. So let's go down. First of all, as everyone knows, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, there isn't always money to set aside, especially if you have a huge family. Necessities are right now, and if you can't put money towards one thing, you have to do it towards another because times are hard. Individuals can get between $15 and $350 per week, according to North Carolina law, for about 12 to 20 weeks. But what happens after that? And what if they're not even eligible for unemployment? It's not automatic. It's not automatic. So imagine they're uneligible. Then what? They still don't deserve health care? Come on. Okay. So this is a picture of a homeless person sitting right there. So yes. Next reason. Reason number 3. What if the person lost their job and got fired? Wrongfully fired. Imagine DEI got taken away from their job, which means they got discriminated against for their race, color, gender, anything. Their employer just decided to fire them one day. What happens now? The house they once had, the healthcare benefits they once had from their job is now gone because of the unfair treatment. Some may say, well, just go file a lawsuit and fight against the company. And while you're at it, go look for some other jobs. Don't just keep sitting around waiting, like most people think people are doing, just sitting around. Go to the next slide. This is my facts and evidence. Okay. Just because jobs are hiring, I've even experienced this. Just because jobs are hiring don't mean they're just gonna call you back and be like, hey, here's a high-paying job right here for you to fill your pockets up and for your family to have health care and also to be able to have a house to stay under. That doesn't happen. Okay? My sources say that it could take up to 10 months to some years for the case to be properly investigated and hopefully win. In the meantime, unemployment checks might not be enough. So if the job was enough for the house, for money, how will you pay for them now? Okay, so stability. Suppose the person has mental health issues or an addiction problem which left them being unable to not keep a job or afford a house. Opposing side may say, well, they shouldn't be putting themselves and their bodies in situations so carelessly. Not always the case. It's a consequence of their actions. Just want a free handout and money. Money don't grow on trees. Everybody knows money don't grow on trees, but it should be given to the people that genuinely deserve it, and they do. Not everybody is careless, just putting themselves in situations to where their body and mental health can be affected. Sorry. Okay. Facts and evidence. People that have mental health conditions that put them out of work and have substance abuse problems can't even afford the insurance plans that are available if they have those problems. So how can they even, if they can't afford a place to stay and they can't afford health care, how can they afford the plan that will be able to help them get clean and get started? Okay, so that's just an example of what can happen. Alright, let's wrap it up. With all the different real life scenarios that happens to tons of people around the U.S., people getting thrown out of their house by a loved one that let them stay with them, or have medical conditions or got hurt, they got fired wrongfully from a job. I think it's important to say no one knows what the next corner in life or anyone's life, and no matter what, no one deserves to be turned away from health care. Imagine if it was you or your family in that situation. Nobody wants to be homeless. Thank you.